I'm all alone. Where the hell I went wrong? You was what I call home. Got my back against the wall. Picked the pepper from the earth that was perfect and it burned him, so we had to let it go. I picked up the perfect pepper, cut it, stuffed it with some cheddar, and I ate it like the speed of edible. So rancid that pressure could lead to panic. The desperate actions are frantic. Planning is made through training. This play is merely a gambit. Justice isn't checkers, but definitely a rally. The valley of the shadow of death within this alley. What a dead end behind me, only direction is forward. Adversaries fronting beside me, there's no way I can forfeit. Hyenas surrounding a lion, I won't buy in the torment. Do you know who you fucking would take a bite out the phone? Welcome back. I am your douchebag piece of shit, the H1I2GNZ, and welcome back to the lounge. But to serious news, everyone woke up today to a power outage of their cell phones, especially AT&T, who is the hugest network of cell phone services across the country. I thought Verizon was number one, but apparently AT&T reigns supreme in this yard. But according to Yahoo News, I'm going to read this article to you as the service came back on. AT&T outage. Companies say network is fully restored after thousands reported losing cell service. A cause for the outages has not been cited, but there is no reason to think it was a result of a cyber attack, the company said.
Are you sure about that?
AT&T said on Thursday afternoon that its service has been fully restored after a nationwide cell phone outage hits tens of thousands of its customers earlier in the day. We have restored its wireless service to all of our affected customers, the company said in a statement. We sincerely apologize to them. Keeping our customers connected is our top priority, and we are taking steps to ensure our customers do not experience this again in the future. Again, AT&T is the nationwide's largest carrier, has more than 240 million carriers. So what really happened to the cell phone services of millions of Americans? Obviously 240 million plus. I don't know. Makes us ask the question. Was it a solar flare?
It just gives off energy.
Was it China?
谁妄想这样干?
Was it Russia?
Никогда не говорил.
Never.
Oh no. Was it a hacker who breached the servers? Oh no. Or was it a beta test to prepare the public for a major cyber attack? Oh no. What I do know, in the heart of the pandemic, Klaus Schwab in the WEF, not the WWE, not the WWF, not the WCW, it's called the World Economic Forum.
Are you sure about that?
Had magically predicted a coming cyber pandemic that will make the COVID-19 pandemic look like a small disturbance in comparison.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
I shall call him Mini-Me.
Me. As we enter 2024, a movie like Leave the World Behind drops on Netflix, written by the great president Barack Obama.
Our existing democratic institutions are creaky, and we're going to have to reform them.
That explains in poetic detail what would happen during a cyber attack or shutdown of our grid in the United States and the way people would react to such a disturbance that we're not prepared for. Billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg are building underground bunkers to protect themselves from such a disturbance when the grid goes down. May or may not be related, in 2024, there is going to be an eclipse, a major eclipse that is actually going to cross over the major eclipse we had during 2017. And if you draw them down on a piece of paper, it creates an X. Strangely, billionaire Elon Musk bought Twitter in recent years and named his new app X with a black background.
Go fuck yourself.
You may or may think whatever you want out of it. It's just a major coincidence. Think about it this way. He said that he wants to take this app and use it for everything. X app will be the X app of everything, where you can buy, sell, trade, view, post, consolidate all your movements digitally on one app right before the grid goes down. And then when the grid goes down, the internet will be reset. Let's just, come up with a small hypothesis. Well, they reset the internet after we've lost millions of people, after a huge depopulation, huge chaos, and people are just looking for a little normalcy in their life and get back to the internet that we've all become accustomed and got comfortable and cushy to on our little couchy. And it just so happens that countries like China, where the CCP has an app that they do everything, where they buy, sell, trade, view, post, and penalize you if you go against their buy, sell, trade, view, post system, that this so-called new digital era where you get plugged in to the new reset internet that is centralized and controlled by the new world government is a new lifestyle where you have to get some type of digital mark to be able to buy, sell, trade, view, post, and move in a new system. Let me know. Comment, like, share at the bottom of this video. Not to mention the new album Sword from your boy H1I2GNZ is coming soon. Maybe I can get it out before the small disturbance happens. Peace out.
Go fuck yourself.
Illuminated the ride, reptilian bloodlines who planted the forbidden fruit. Today we fund crime. You live in the prison planet, no one is aware of it. We experiment on the masses so they breed derelicts. We created our religion, find your God, he can't exist. Jesus is crucifixion, he was such a heretic. I'm on the back, every wall size, heavy artillery. Killing equals money, so that means plenty more misery. Symphony of destruction, your president is a puppet. Insurrection, fixing elections, the rig, it was nothing. Switching political party just to shift in corruption. Our enemies is the Chinese, is it ICs, is it Russian? Hidden symbolism is encrypted in discussions at the Bilderberg group to the G7. Deep inside your home, your car, your loan. Deep inside your work, income, your phone. Deep inside your family, friends, your own. You think you're on your own, you were never alone. Deep inside your past, your future outline. Deep inside your trash and the proof we can find. Deep inside of everything and hanging on the sign. Everything is global and we're coming for your mind. I represent the famous.
This room is a pigsty. Thank you. should be ashamed of yourself.
Fuck you. Who died and made you God?
My name's Dudley Dawson. They call me Booger.
Edgar Poe Wong. They call me Snotty.
Master.
My son. Soon you will take over.
Shout out to Attila. See Miss Rose up there in the corner. Man. The spirit.
Hey, you hit it pretty good, bro. You know, all my friends got got their own interpretation.
You might want to don't speak. You ain't gotta speak so far into it. Sit up.
They all got their own interpretation of how my mama fucking talks. All of y'all. Every one of y'all got your own interpretation of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just it. When everybody has when your mom's calling you, there's a significant sound that they make.
We all had our own fucking way. Like our mamas were
you gotta come running. Mama's calling.
They were character. You think about their voice. They had distinct voices. Really think about it.
They did. They
mama,
do.
Everybody
all
had
do.
their own rendition of how your mama talked. And everybody had one about my mom. Like, they had a very distinct talk to them.
Right.
Voice to them.
Right. That yeah. And there's
and then what we do with our music.
There's a special place that voice is embedded in your subconscious for eternity. Yeah. You hear that voice, rest in peace, moms. You hear that voice talk to you on a regular basis. You can all you got to do is just think and meditate on and you'll be able to have that conversation. That's how there's a mother's connection and a mother's love is always there. It's like that umbilical cord always exists.
Well, it's all like particularly like me and you. It's all we know because. And we know it well because, our dads wasn't there.
Right. So, yeah, I mean,
I had heard, bro, like, when I didn't know that I needed a man there and how he raised me ain't the typical way to do it, but,
he wasn't.
He was there, just like how Dan was kind of there. You know what I'm saying? Like how you feel about that? Like, did you, now that you grown, you got kids, like, did you look at that as him like stepdad? Like,
absolutely. But
but we never said it. Like I never sat there, hey, it's my stepdad, like called it out, like or acknowledged it. Why, man to man looking at them talking.
Right.
Did you do that? Did you do that with Dan?
Yeah,
we've had about it now. Like
we've had somewhat fatherly conversations, but he never had any children.
But I'm saying the acknowledgement of this is
right. I accepted him into our life, right? And you're almost from afar. As weird as this may sound, when you're in a single parent household. And your mother is dating. It's almost maybe for me, but there's a fatherly aspect to it. In other words, the same way when your daughter is dating a boy, where you either, give them the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for a kid. When you're a son and your mom is out there dating, that meeting, that first meeting, and feeling this person out is the same way. And you let them know whether you let your mother know whether you accept them or not. You may not tell it straight up, but by actions, you let them know whether you accept that person or not.
Crazy. Me, remember, when was it? Because it had to be when I was like 14, 15, because there was a point where I used to call Herb out in the street and all this kind of shit before we got cool. And it looked at the extreme cool me and Herb got.
Yeah.
Like I went from calling that motherfucker out in the street and fuck him. Yeah, and it stemmed from me, nobody. I don't want nobody with my mom. I guess that's how I felt.
Right. Well, you want not so much that you want but the right person.
But to the extreme.
With the right person.
But think about the extreme of that. Like we got so cool to the extreme that I was very young and we did a lot of drugs together.
Yeah. So how your stepdad? How old was your mom when she got with him? How old when he bathed? Not so much dating, but when they locked in, like this is it. This is this is the future.
I am now. 41.
No, how old were you?
Oh, how old was? I do say mom. How old was my mom? How old was I? I was I want to say she got with her because they had another dude named Joey, but he God, I don't know, bro. I want to say because he knew my Uncle Dino, because them two used to rock together. So it had to be like when I was 11, 12.
Okay, so it's like that preteen.
Yeah.
Those preteen, sixth grade, sixth grade.
Yeah, it was around the era. Yeah.
Somewhere in that era. Okay. Yeah. Well, I went through, and you may have too, but my mom dated multiple people throughout before she got to my stepdad, right?
Yeah,
before she actually got the person that she was going to remarry.
Yeah, the one that you really acknowledge.
Well,
other ones.
I could go back and I remember when I was 4, 5, her boyfriend at the time, he was abusive. To me. I don't know. He used to be he used to hit on, he used to, do wild shit that I was too young to understand. And she just accepted it because she was a young mother, and he convinced her that this is the kind of structure this boy needs. And he would do some foul shit. I'm not gonna get into the extent of it, but it was uncalled for.
Yeah.
And anybody that would do that to my son, I'd kill a motherfucker. Yeah. Another one of her boyfriends that was someone, and he wasn't a bad guy, but he had a lot of baggage. He had 2 daughters, and he had 2 daughters. No, they were younger than me. Well younger than me. He had 2 daughters, and he had a nephew that he was raising, that he actually took custody of, who was a knucklehead. They got engaged to get married. And from that moment, that's when, what the fuck? My life's this is not cool. Where are we gonna live?
Where were y'all living?
I was living in my house, but they wasn't living together. They never moved in together.
Yeah.
But they had this astronomical plan where they just gonna move in, right?
Who was gonna move with who?
He was gonna move in with us.
All right.
With the 3 kids.
Where was he living at the time?
Susie. So
we all know that.
So he had this plan. They came up with this plan where they're gonna move where they're gonna move us in. My older brother, he's about to be at the age where he's moving out. So that room's gonna free up. The girl's gonna get that room, and then this other room, y'all gonna split it.
Yeah.
Me and the nephew's gonna. What? You know what I told him? I said, let me tell you something. Straight up, looked him in. I'm 11 years old, bro. Looked him in the eye and said, if this happens, I'm running away and I ain't never coming back. These are the things that happen.
That's crazy that you
in these single parent households. These are the kind of things that happen.
The directory. I don't know,
it wasn't. They didn't.
It was an immediate split.
No. It wasn't right away,
but
it kind of
their plan got called off.
It kind of faded off. Right.
Right.
She went through a couple other boyfriends. There was one. He was another. He was this. This was afterwards. I was in my early 13, 14, 15. He was a guy. Never had no kids. He didn't like children. He was an asshole to in a sense.
Yeah.
One day.
They never lived together.
One day, this was New Year's Eve.
They never lived together?
No, they never lived together. You know, one day,
how long they were together?
Probably maybe a year or two. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here.
All right, and what happened?
Well, so one day on New Year's Eve, I think Chris was here too for that too. It was New Year's Eve. She had friends over. We outside shooting fireworks. Mm-hmm. They playing games. In the house, you know, like the adults are playing board games or something, whatever. Yeah. I'm walking out the house. This dude starts tugging my leg, picking on me, right?
He must have been drunk.
Of course, probably had a few in him, whatever. And I'm like, dude, stop, bro. And he was testing me. He kept doing it. He tested me. I punched that motherfucker dead in the eye, bro. Hey, look, he did like this. That was he just froze up.
Did he tell you, Mom?
I don't know what they did. He didn't say nothing when I was in the house, but it was like the music stopped. Did
your mom ever tell you anything? Like, Paul, did you?
No, she didn't. She told me. Yeah, I think the conversation was the next day.
She didn't see it happen. She didn't see it happen.
No, she was standing right next to him. Everybody was standing in the room, so it was so they seen it wide open. It was like the music stopped when it happened.
Bottom, now look who here. One problem after another through the years. Every rhyme that I rock is like a souvenir. A tale of a well-rounded into a spear. A boy to a man and my soldier evolving. Rather be in my 30s than the old me and lost everything that I've learned. But I'm holding of sorts. Only wish to return of all the homies we lost in the process. Who never felt the benefit of progress. The devil is the cause of death, a menace and our conscious. A product of our environment surviving this form. It doesn't mean no victory. See, cheers at this ball. What form of quarters to play in the game? Cap the pills, nor went from nothing to something. I live with the will to protect everything that I built up.
Take life one day at a time. There's mountains waiting to climb. My motivation to drive this operation survive. Blood, sweat, and tears that I've shown. I've worked my fingers to bones. I've grown, I'll let it be known. I did it all on my own.
Then, years later, about 15, 16, I think that's when she met Dan, right? Yeah. And he was chill. I mean, there was nothing that I could pick on. He'd say like, dude, there's something foul about this guy.
I was there for that because I was there in front of when your mom met him and all that. But hey, what you think, bro? What you think? She was leaving every weekend. Hell yeah, we like this dude. That's what.
Yeah, it was cool. Well, yeah, at that age, right? But
nigga, that's how we thought.
Yeah,
man, come on, bro. We didn't care. We was like, "Dad's cool, bro."
Yeah, but no, he really was, cause that's another
one
thing.
Of the strong reasons why
he
made your mama happy, you know?
Right. She was happy. She liked the guy. He was real chill. You know, another thing was, I think he was a music enthusiast. He loved music, and I think that's probably what kind of opened the door for me, because I love music. So the fact that he was, I mean,
yeah, that was his connection. That was his connection to us. When he moved in with your mama, and he
had a stack of vinyls, bro. Like,
we were like, hell yeah, like just the way he was with it, we were like, fucking right, like that's dope.
I'm running this. I'm still reading it. I'm still learning it. And at the same time, I'm high.
I'm staring at the man in the mirror. It's like a weigh-in. This fight can clearly steer anyway. My mind the octagon, but this isn't MMA. 8 different thoughts at a time will make you crave. They say the shock element, the stress will make you brave. I'm earning every one of these fuckers so fucking hate. Let it snow in the cemetery, come to pray. But no responses. I standing from my mother's grave. Wonder when the angels came and took her if she was afraid. I remember all the hell I gave as an underage. Remember how she said one day she gonna run away. Now there's no return. What I give for another day. Pop a Percocet to put my mind at ease. Try to be the family vertebrae, but I need time to grieve. Wouldn't wish this on my enemies, as the Bible read. The Lord is my shepherd, who's my biggest rival? Me. Forward, I'm moving forward. 2 moves I take back.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Higgnz Lounge, where we break down the breakdown of society, one conversation at a time. This article that scrolled across my feed today, courtesy of Infowars.com.
Look at me, I'm a gay fraud. I'm so cool.
Bearded tranny slams girls' high school basketball player onto court. Team forfeits over injuries. Opposing team forfeited game at halftime, but claimed the biological male opponent wasn't the reason. Nah, that's not it. You just forfeit a high school basketball game? Come on now. Come on. The coach had an emergency. Maybe that's what it was. So let's check out this video that's circulating online. Just a small clip of one of the injuries. Bam, son. Give me that rock. That's my rock. That's my rock, girl. You ain't got nothing on me. You don't want that smoke. Look, I tried to help her up, dog. Tried to help her up. She don't want that. She don't want nothing with me. On my kachina.
But we're gay, so it's cool.
If any parent thinks it's okay to take their daughter and sign them up for any sport, knowing that there's a male on the other side.
We all know that I'm a tranny freak.
And I'm not talking about youth basketball, football, volleyball, anything. I'm talking about post-puberty. If you think it's okay for your daughter to compete with a male on the other side without any worry of what might happen, you're absolutely batshit crazy. Oh, you virtue signal. Didn't even have the balls, so to say.
Again, we only became aware we would be undressing next to a man was when we had to see a man undressing while we were simultaneously undressing.
To say we just forfeiting because multiple kids got injured at before halftime? Before halftime. We're not gonna tell you why. That has nothing to do with the fact that you got some dude like playing center, because that's what it looks like. He was playing center, but he was more versatile than LeBron on that court.
But I'd go up to LeBron James. It doesn't matter. I'd say, LeBron, did you ever have any desire to be a woman? Because what I'd love you to do is star on my team that I'm building up. I will have the greatest team in history. They'll never lose. Nobody will come within 70 points of this team.
And if he played on the male team where he should be, he might even not make the team, might even not have made JV. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And look, previous experience. Hey, I've coached youth ball.
I guess that's why they call me coach.
Pre-puberty, girl and boy compete together. I've watched them compete together in flag football. I've watched them compete. I've watched girls play tackle football and light it up. The fact that we, as a society, let this continue to go on and think that it's all right. This is the beginning of the end. We've fallen off the deep end. The only way for me to actually describe this in the smallest way possible is demonic.
We all know that I'm a tranny freak.
We either gonna get through this and find our way out of it. And if we do find our way out of this psyop, because that's what I think it is. I think it's some type of psyop for people to actually find this is acceptable and continue to play tranny, because that's what we're doing. We playing tranny.
Hey, Blue, look at all these families. Hi, families. It's time for a pride parade. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah.
This is the death of humanity.
When I was first born, I saw my dad. He had a big red neck. And he go.
If you like this content, do your boy a favor, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Even if it's alright, just share. Be like, yo, dog, this shit's alright, check it out. And if you want more fire from the buyer, it's Higgnz. That's H, 1 I, 2 G's, and Z.
Boys ever seen a B-boy in hip boots? Me, boy.